The Blackout Ripper, a true story of London's wartime terror. In February 1942, as London endured World War II's Blitz, a serial killer exploited the city's darkened streets to murder 4 women in a single week, earning the moniker Blackout Ripper. Gordon Frederick Cummins, a Royal Air Force serviceman, lured women, mostly prostitutes, into alleys where he slashed their throats and mutilated their bodies with razors and knives. Caught by chance after a 5th attack, Cummins was convicted and hanged, but questions linger about additional victims and his motives. This chilling case, set against the chaos of wartime, reveals a predator who thrived in London's shadows. How did a charming airman become a savage killer, and were there more victims lost to the fog of war? The Blackout Ripper remains a grim chapter in London's history, a tale of brutality amid the bombs. The terror unfolded over 6 days in February 1942 during London's wartime blackouts, when streetlights were dimmed to thwart German air raids. On February 9th, Evelyn Hamilton, a 40-year-old pharmacist, was found strangled and mutilated in an air raid shelter near Marylebone. The next day, Evelyn Oatley, a 35-year-old prostitute, was discovered in her Soho flat. Her throat cut and body slashed with a tin opener. On February 11th, Margaret Lowe, 43, another prostitute, was found in her Marylebone apartment, strangled with a stocking and mutilated with a razor. On February 12th, Doris Joanne, 32, was killed in her Paddington flat, her throat slashed and body stabbed. Each victim was found naked, or partially clothed, with signs of sexual assault and extreme violence. Cuts to the abdomen, genitals, and face. The killer left fingerprints on a candlestick at Lowe's scene and a gas mask at Joanne Azun, tying the murders. London, already on edge from bombings, descended into panic. The press, dubbing the killer the Blackout Ripper for his use of darkened streets, compared him to Jack the Ripper, amplifying fear. Women avoided alleys, and police patrolled Soho's red light district, a hub for servicemen. The spree ended on February 14th when Cummins attacked Greta Hayward, a prostitute, in a St. James's alley. She fought back, and a passerby interrupted, chasing Cummins, who dropped his RAF-issue gas mask case marked with his service number. Hours later, he attempted to kill Mary Churchill in Soho, but she escaped, leaving him to discard a belt and knife. Police traced the gas mask to Cummins, a 27-year-old RAF cadet stationed in London, and arrested him on February 16th. His fingerprints matched those at the crime scenes, and items from the victims, jewelry, a cigarette case, were found in his quarters. Cummins, a married man with a polished demeanour, shocked investigators. Born in Yorkshire, he fabricated an aristocratic background, earning the nickname the Count among peers. His RAF record was clean, but colleagues noted his heavy drinking and boasts about Soho's prostitutes. At trial, he claimed amnesia from alcohol, but evidence, fingerprints, stolen items, and witness accounts was overwhelming. Convicted of Oatley's murder in April 1942, he was hanged at Wandsworth Prison on June 25th, during a German air raid, a poetic end to his reign. The case's horrific details deepen its chill. Cummins used whatever was at hand, razors, knives, a candlestick, inflicting overkill wounds that suggested rage or sexual sadism. The blackouts gave him cover, as air raid sirens, masked screams, and darkened streets hid his escapes. He targeted prostitutes, likely for their accessibility, but Hamilton's murder, a non-sex worker, hinted at broader impulses. His calm facade, chatting with RAF mates hours after kills, pointed to a psychopath unfazed by gore. Questions persist about additional victims. Police suspected Cummins in at least 2 earlier 1941 murders, Mary MacLeod and Edith Humphreys, due to similar mutilations, but lacked evidence. Wartime chaos, with bodies misattributed to bombings, may have hidden others. The transient nature of London's population, soldiers, refugees, made tracking disappearances hard. Some theorize Cummins killed during RAF postings elsewhere, but no links were confirmed. The investigation, though successful, exposed wartime strains. Scotland Yard, stretched by blitz duties, relied on luck to catch Cummins via the gas mask. The victims, mostly marginalised women, received little sympathy, with newspapers calling them women of loose morals. Families like Joanne's husband grieved privately, their loss overshadowed by war. The case faded post-1942, buried under London's rebuilding, but resurfaced in true crime books and a 2020 BBC series. The Blackout Ripper reshaped Soho's nightlife. Prostitutes worked in pairs, and air raid shelters became places of dread. The case, though solved, left a scar on London's wartime memory, with Cummins' name whispered alongside the Blitz's toll. Soho's alleys, now gentrified, bear no trace of the blood spilled, but older residents recall the fear. Today, the Blackout Ripper is a closed, yet haunting case, with 4 confirmed victims and a killer executed, but potential unlinked murders linger. London's wartime fog has lifted, but the Ripper's frenzy endures in memory. Was Cummins a product of war's chaos, a lone monster, or a killer with more secrets lost to time? The Blackout's darkness holds its answers, silent as the city rebuilds. If you enjoyed this video, follow me, like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you.